Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this second week of September 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for your feelings, first of all, Sagittarius. The Hierophant reversed, okay, it's the major arcana for Taurus. This is the card of the teacher. It's someone who has a lot of life experience, and so through the harsh lessons, the many lessons that they've learned, they're no longer the student, they're now the teacher. When the Hierophant is reversed, we're not using the benefit of our experience, the benefit of our wisdom. Okay, so you could feel like you've been less than wise. You could feel like, yay, it's fairy in my beard. You could feel like you've had the wool pulled over your eyes. Okay. The Sun reversed, okay, so the Sun card when it's upright is a card of being carefree, living with wild abandon, you know, like not having a care in the world. In the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, the Sun card is a naked baby riding a horse bareback, giggling with the sun shining behind it. So, yeah, it's not concerned with mortgages, it's not preoccupied with, you know, its body image, is it wealthy enough? Ego doesn't come into it, it's just being happy, carefree. So when it's reversed, you know, there's some sort of burden there, something that's affecting our mood. The Judgment reversed, okay, so you could feel like you're being called to take action. On this card, you can see that there's like a cemetery and there's all this emotion coming up. The angel is trying to raise the dead. It's like what's hidden, we need to illuminate it, or what we missed, we need to focus on it. You know, we need to go back and review, take some action. But you're ignoring it. Let's get some feelings for the one that shows up for you. So it could be someone that's on your mind, someone that you're actually dealing with, or someone that you're manifesting in the future. It does look like you've got something on your mind though, or that you're dealing with someone. The Four of Pentacles is the miser. It's like wanting to conserve a situation. So this is the person's feelings. Hi Sabine, I'm just on, I'm going through each of the zodiac signs. I'm on Sagittarius at the moment. They're collective readings. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is the breaking down of a family situation, breaking up finances, division of assets, withdrawing savings. King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so this person is dividing up family assets. They're focused on trying to conserve some money because they're losing a lot of money at the moment going through a divorce. Yeah, they're grieving the breakdown of a family situation with the Five of Cups. And the Page of Wands reversed is not really being excited for the future. You know, like obviously when you're in grief, you're kind of overwhelmed with emotion, and, you know, even if you've caused the separation, it doesn't mean you're yet excited for something new. You're just kind of in that phase of processing what's going on. You know, you're sort of in shock, aren't you, to start with, and then there's a lot to deal with, and you don't really want any pressure or demands from something new. You just want to be by yourself and get your head together. You know, get your feet on the ground, start new routines for yourself, get your head together. See, that's what's going on with them. So you could be someone that's got someone who's, you know, in the process of separating from you. Because the Hierophant can be a marriage card as well. You could be going through a separation that you didn't choose. Yeah, there's a choice to be made here, but this person's not doing it. I think they're a little bit, like I said, they're isolating themselves. Hi, Samantha. When the Two of Swords is upright, it's ignoring the decision. You know, when you're in denial and you bury your head in the sand, or you just, you know, something needs to happen, but you just don't really want to deal with it right now. The Two of Swords reverse is actually better because you're sort of willing to face what's happening a bit more, rather than, you know, try to distract yourself from it. Yeah, there's heartbreak, okay? It's not easy going through divorce, separation. A lot of men, and obviously if you're a woman it's no different, but I think this is something a lot of men end up moving out of the family home, and the children and the mother stay, you know, in the family dynamic more. Sort of live that way, and then occasionally, you know, visit dad. Could be 50-50 that they visit dad, but dad's basically not living in his home anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like some people never get over that. So not being with your kids, you know, not having them sleeping in the same room, not hearing those familiar noises that you hear when they're shouting at the Xbox or the PlayStation. You know, them going to the kitchen for snacks, you know, it's all a routine and a familiarity. It's difficult to say that word. That you've lost, isn't it? You know, so there's a grief for like that whole situation, for that whole way of life. They're still alive, but you're not cohabiting anymore, and it's weird and it's hard, you know, for a long time. Some people never get over that. There's a lot of pain, you know, a lot of grief, a lot of heartache. Hi, Nancy. Oh, I'm glad there's people on, because It's been very quiet when I've not been going on at peak time because I'm still in the process of getting set back up for teacher work. I finished a work contract in the summer. So I've been coming on like earlier on in the day and like, no, actually, it was during August. It just went really quiet and yeah, so I've just been coming on earlier anyway. Don't forget to give me a like, please, and support the channel. I'm on Sagittarius at the moment. I've done all the signs up to Sagittarius on the lives that I did yesterday. There's 2 lives, one with the first 4 signs, Aries to Cancer, and then the second 4, Leo to Scorpio. And today I'm doing Sagittarius through to Pisces. Just because it's a lot of sitting. I do long readings, which people like, but it's a lot of sitting for me if I do all 12 signs. Getting swollen feet. 3 of Cups reversed. There's a third party situation that's been exposed, or there's not a cause to celebrate at the moment. 3 is a number of community. So in its general sense, it's about coming together with other people, you know, not sitting by yourself in your house. But it can also represent, you know, 2 of Cups as being in love, 3 of Cups is bringing someone else into the dynamic. It's a cup too many. So it could just be that there's a bit of isolation going on because of like this separation that's happening, which is normal. You know, you go into hermit mode or whatever. When you grieve, you don't meet up with people and have a big laugh, do you? You know, you sit kind of like with the people that kind of know what you're going through when you sort of hang back from socialising for a while because you're not yourself. You won't be good company anyway. You know, and it feels disrespectful, doesn't it, in a way? But there could be a third party situation that's been exposed. It's one or the other. Or both, actually. It could be both. Oh, if your kid's only just gone back to school, Fairy in Medbeard. Are you a fellow Taurus? That's cool. Hi, Afsan. Ding dong. Ours went back to school a week ago. We're in the northwest of England though, so I don't know if that makes a difference. Right, we've got the Ace of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles reversed. The Ace of Cups isn't just about being in love, it's having self-love, and we're coming out from the cold. The 5 of Pentacles is a sense of lack. 5 in tarot is a bad number. 5 of Cups is grief. 5 of Swords is arguments. 5 of Wands is physical conflict or internal conflict. 5 of Pentacles is a lack of money, time or energy. It's a sense of lack. Okay, so I think we're focused on self-care, in all honesty. I think there's some isolation happening, a focus on self-care. There could have been a third-party situation, but I don't know. But the main situation is we're just trying to recover, basically, from what is a hefty transition. It's not comfortable to separate, it's not comfortable to divorce where there's lasting generational wealth. There's probably kids involved, there's probably multiple assets, you know, it's a shock to family and friends. People are left sort of like, what? It can affect work, you know. Let's get one more. Are you in the south? Hi Tracy. Yay, we've got people coming on. No one's been coming on. I was like, oh my god. Why did they go like that? I don't know what I need to concentrate. Let's concentrate. Oh my god, there's a lot of swords here. Thank you, Tracy. Ace of Swords reversed is a secret. It's a confession that needs to be revealed, or I mean, it can be like fogginess and lack of clarity, but with that one, which is an urgent message that needs to be delivered. Why is your name Rebecca, but you've got Tracy Knight? Genuine question. Knight of Swords is urgent message. This is like, I can't hold this in any longer. You know, this combination is just very clear. Oh. Because Halloween is my favourite time of the year. It's my favourite celebration. And the way that I deal with the end of the summer and it getting darker earlier and it getting like rainy and windy and back to school is by getting excited about Halloween. So we might as well embrace like autumnal cozy vibes. It's a really nice time of year, I think. I like to do I'm gonna be doing I've got my dream catcher down and loads of Apache themed stuff. I'm gonna do Native American Indian spreads and the medicine wheel and stuff like that. Because they're always really popular and I just love this time of year. So I've got to maximise it. I'm not the kind of person that'll whip out the Halloween stuff like the day before. There's nothing in the house that's Halloween, it's just my tarot setup. I'm not like a freak that keeps like Well, in the houses in North Wales, there's a lot of people because they're like rural. They have really nice like pumpkin harvest time setups, but they don't have I wouldn't have like Halloween stuff up all year. I think you're gonna scare the local kids, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Sorry, Rebecca. Rebecca. Because I need to show you this jumper that I made because it's proper nice. I don't know why I'm going off track, but let's talk about autumn. It's fine. I know it's in the dryer. I'll show it to you. I'll post it on like the community thing, but I do tie-dye and I did a jumper that's like, it's my Vivaldi, honestly. It's like my Four Seasons. It's got all different autumnal colours on it. And everyone's obsessed with it. And then I posted it on my social media and my friends were like, it's still summer. And I'm like, it literally started being rainy and windy like the day after I did it. So it's like, no, I'm right, actually. I just get prepared, that's all. I'm not in denial. Right, back to where we were at. In the outcome, there's going to be an urgent message, and it's something that's been kept. Something that's been kept, like, locked up inside that needs to be out. Something needs to be said. Let's clarify their feelings. This is the Kinner tarot deck. It's my absolute, well, I've got a few favourites, but they're so cheap off Temu. I don't buy tarot decks off small companies because they're like 50 quid. But Temu, basically, they're global, aren't they? So you can afford to like buy things in bulk and create things with AI just like easy. So they're like, I swear they're like €2 per deck on Temu, which is why I've got so many. Oh, I've knocked me set up over, hang on. I've got these Wise Witch Oracle cards as well. Oh, we are in Wales. 1% Wales. Oh, you're 1% Welsh. 1% isn't. Should we regard that as like Mind you, I'm 4% apparently Greek, and I tell everyone. Because, you know, it's more exotic, isn't it? It's more like Mediterranean and like, yeah. I should say Panaundar then. That's what I'd be saying to my class right now. Closed off, not emotionally available, distracted, hurt in the past. Yeah, this person, if someone's separating from you at the moment, Sagittarius, don't worry about them getting into a new relationship anytime soon. They've not been emotionally available to anyone. You're part French. We'll all claim that we're part something. Futures embrace, seize prospects, absorb wisdom, and spring into action for your ambitions. Hanging on, release the past and let yourself love again. This person just going through a huge transition, okay? So they're in a process of like healing. That's so poetic because we've got release the past and we've got futures embrace, but it doesn't happen overnight, does it? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be 6 months to a year or like longer. I hate that when you've gone through a breakup and it was them that did it and you just like, please don't get with anyone for at least a year because I can't cope with it. I hate hearing from other people that they're with someone new and like, oh, just don't want to know. Do not want to know. Hi, Esme. What sign are you? We're doing collective readings and we're on the sign of Sagittarius at the moment. Keeping a promise. Well, that's a weird one to come out. That's a weird one to come out, isn't it? What about the unspoken truth? You Scorpio. So I did Scorpio yesterday. I don't mind if you want to click out of this live and go onto the lives playlist and you'll see the last live that I did has got the last 4 signs. If fate brought us together, why won't it let us be? Keeping a promise, but they're going through a divorce. I do wonder, because we had this 3 of Cups card, that like, that, you know, another person has prompted this separation. Doesn't mean that they're going to have a proper relationship, but there could have been another person that they were dealing with. Not saying definitely, it's just an odd couple of cards to come out. Let's get a no contact message. Hi, Callum. In this live, you'll get Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. If you go into another live because you want one of the other signs, that's fine, but will you give me a like first before you go? Because otherwise YouTube will think that you're not into what I'm doing. And we all know that you guys are. Ghosted. I'm sorry I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. You could have been struggling to get hold of this person, you know, like contact them or get them to open up emotionally. Ooh, Amazon's here. My tanning mitt and my marigolds are here. I can do my tan now. Law of attraction. You've been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. What? Oh, thanks, Dad. Strength card. There's a need to be emotionally strong. Leo energy. What's the advice for Sagittarius? Oh, hang on, let me get, no, I did get one. What's the advice? Intuition and visions. Embrace your intuition and the power of the feminine divine. Trust your inner guidance. What's your gut telling you about the situation? Is someone making it very difficult for you to get in touch? Are they taking a long time to get back to you? Are they not answering a lot of your messages? Was there anything looking back that didn't make sense, that didn't add up? You know, were they always late for things? Like, were they making excuses to, you know, stay out overnight? Was anything like, you know, working extra late, these kind of things? Like, visions. Look within, Francis. Your inner visions hold profound insights. They're just telling you to, like, trust your gut, you know. If something feels off, then it is. If something doesn't add up, you don't know the full picture, you know. Things often don't make sense because we haven't got all the information. Stuff's being withheld. Because you've got the Hierophant reverse, which is about feeling less than wise. Okay, and that's not to do with intuition, that's to do with like judgment and wisdom based off of your life experience and what you know is likely to happen if you don't pick up certain red flags or take certain precautions. The Sun card is being burdened, and then the Judgment reversed is ignoring, you know, like you sort of in a compass, you in a guidance, like your gut's trying to tell you something. See, I think you're trying to manifest them back and they're trying to manifest you. Even though it's hard and it's awful, they're kind of like at some point going to look forwards. Shift your focus, Sagittarius. Respect the rules. Don't you feel that that relates to marriage, though? Respect the rules. Or, like, do you think respect the rules is more about not holding grudges, you know, being able to love unconditionally, not overstepping boundaries by, like, stalking people, that kind of thing? Shift your focus and respect the rules. Don't be tempted to do anything to get vengeance on this person or anything like that. Don't get yourself into trouble over someone else that's basically... They're showing you from their actions, aren't they, that it's done, so don't be tempted to kind of, like, spy on them or do anything underhand. Release what no longer serves you, do you know what I mean? You can't make anyone be with you. You can't do that. Opportunities for growth. Everything is happening for me and for my evolution. I am not a victim of the things that happen. I take ownership of my life and make the best of the challenges along my journey. I see how difficult moments help me to become my best version, and I am thankful for them. Play. I am completely engaged in what I do in the here and now. I call it play instead of work. I am deeply fulfilled by all that I do. This opportunities for growth is exactly right. Okay, what's done is done. It's happened. You can't make anyone be with you or make anyone see and feel how you see and feel about things. Focus on what you can control, you know, focus on your stability, focus on things that make you feel good, things that you enjoy, people that are readily making themselves available to you. Grab onto stability and choose to grow, you know. You can grow spiritually as well. And if you're watching tarot, you're doing that, but you can read about tarot and read about the earth angels, the chakras, focus on healing yourself, you know. No one deserves to be miserable, no one deserves to live miserably. And when you feel a loss of control, it can really, you know, just feel disgusting. But if you exercise, you eat right, you keep going to work, and you make sure that you do things you enjoy, you can only do well from that. Me, I don't like to check up on people that have broken up with me. I can't watch, do you know what I mean? It's like watching a car crash. I just don't want to do that. It's painful, it's horrible. Self-preservation is key. Investing into yourself is key right now. Let's get a good fortune card. A veil of mystery surrounds you. Embrace the enchantment. You know what's quite cool about it? Doesn't feel good. Well, of course it feels horrific when you're going through a divorce or a separation, or if you're boyfriend and girlfriend and you break up. It's horrific. It feels awful. You feel so lonely. You feel really rejected. You think, well, why have they left? You know, and you start to, like, put yourself down or think I'm not good enough. But you can turn that determination, transmute that, you know, sense of, like, anger into determination, and have like the biggest like rising up, you know, like a phoenix coming up from the ashes, and like you get refocused on what you want for yourself. You know, they've deviated, they've like gone off the radar, whatever. You get back to not having to compromise, you get back to what you want. You know, who were you before you had to start becoming half of them and like half of something and compromise over everything and create that life? Who were you before that? What did you want for yourself? What have you always wished to do but you've never done? It's something quite nice about getting focused back in, and having to do that. You've got to do it anyway, so you might as well throw yourself into it, you know? And it starts off with the gym, and it starts off with eating right, dressing nice, hanging out with friends and family, doing hobbies, you know, focusing on work. And before you know it, you got people queuing up around the block to, people are going to be watching you. They're not going to be watching them. They'll be watching you to see what you do next. All eyes are going to be on you, and people are going to be queuing up. There's people coming out the woodwork wanting to present themselves towards you, you know, that kind of thought this person was never like good enough for you, or you never deserved to like the outcome of this situation. You just wait. You just wait. I'm going to get you but divine timing card to see when you're going to get new. Release all expectations, okay? So your homework right now is just to invest in yourself, you know, opportunities for growth. Think about it a portion, because you're allowed to reflect, you're allowed to be pissed off, you're allowed to be sad, okay? But think about it for a portion, and then make sure that you are doing new things that you've always wanted to do. You know, keeping certain routines in place like work. Shift your focus onto yourself and what vision you've got for yourself. Follow your gut. I'm telling you, you're the next big thing, so do not worry at all. All right, I think I've pulled everything for you. So we're going to move on to Capricorn. All the best, and if you're going through that, please give me a like to let me know that it resonates. Please share the channel with anyone who you know is going through this at the moment. Like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, hype me up, support the channel as much as you can. It's a new channel, it's only a year old. I'll start to do live Q&As and memberships as soon as I get to 4,000 watch hours. I'll probably do a tarot course as well, so you can learn more about what the cards mean, and like you might want to do tarot yourself. I probably won't do extendeds just because I think you get everything that you need from my readings. They're pretty deep already. I doubt I could pull out anything additional for you. It'd just be scamming you if I did that. But I can certainly teach tarot and give you some extras. Go and get the card in. Oh my god. There we go.